So you're a green card holder. You finally got your green card. Congratulations. Now you want to travel overseas. Maybe you want to stay there for about 6 months. Maybe you want to stay there for a year, maybe longer. Can you travel outside the United States with your green card and stay there indefinitely? I'm going to explain to you in this video what you can or cannot do with your green card, specifically when it comes to travel. So, you finally got your green card. Once again, congratulations. But now you want to leave the United States. I get questions from so many green card holders. Can I leave the United States? How long can I stay overseas? Can I live overseas, take a job while I have my green card? Listen, I get it. You want to do stuff with your green card. You want to be able to be free and travel the world. But the green card is a temporary benefit, and you have to understand exactly what you can do with the green card and what you cannot do, specifically when it comes to travel. Remember, any trips you do with your green card must be temporary in nature. And the law says that you shouldn't stay outside of the country for more than 1 year. Remember, if the Customs and Border Protection officers determine that you have no intention to live in the United States with your green card, you will have trouble coming back to the United States and you might lose your green card. In this video, I want to give you a bit of a comprehensive guide as to what you can do with your green card, specifically when it comes to travel. We'll talk about what happens when you leave the country with a green card. I'm also going to explain to you what's going to happen when you come back after leaving for a longer duration with your green card. We'll talk about different documents you can apply to preserve your green card even if you leave the country for 2, even 4 years. And finally, I'll tell you what happens if you lose or temporarily get your green card destroyed during a trip overseas. So, before we dive into all these interesting facts, if you're here for the first time, please subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our videos. And also give us a big like so YouTube will be able to show this video to more people just like you. As always, if you need help with your immigration matters, send me a text, 619-483-4549, or go to www.immigrationasap.com and leave your details there, and somebody from our team will contact you ASAP. And now, let's talk about traveling and your green card. Can you travel outside the United States with your green card and stay indefinitely? The point is, the law allows you to travel with your green card, but you shouldn't stay overseas more than 1 year. Now, what happens when you leave with your green card? My advice is that you need to have important documents when you leave the country with a green card. Make sure that you have the passport of the country that you are a citizen of and your green card for the duration of your trip. Now remember, if you are a green card holder, you're not a US citizen. Many people are getting confused. So you still need a visa to the different countries depending on the country of your origin. So if you're from Mexico, check the requirements of visa when you travel to different countries. For example, China requires Mexican citizens to apply for a visa, for example. So you'll follow the requirements of your country of nationality with terms of visas. Remember, you're not a US citizen yet, you're just a temporary resident. Also remember that if you're going to spend more time overseas, more than 6 months, make sure you take with you some documents to prove the purpose of your trip and the reason why you spent so much time overseas. All right, so when you leave, your passport and your green card are a must. Now, when you come back, what do you need when you come back as a green card holder after a long duration overseas? When you come back to the United States, once again, you need your passport from a foreign country and a valid green card. And also, again, if you spend more time overseas, bring some proof as to why you spend more time overseas, specifically for those of you guys that are traveling and spending time more than a year. If you're spending less than a year and you're doing it not very frequently, you should be fine. I'm talking about documents to show that you maintain residency here, you have a lease, you have bank accounts, maybe you still have a job here that you took a leave of absence. Anything to show that you still maintain domicile in the United States. Now, what happens if you don't have these documents and you really need to stay longer overseas? My suggestion is that before you leave and you know that you're going to be there for a long time, sometimes things happen and it happens when you're overseas, that's a different story. But if you know you should apply for a document called Re-Entry Permit on Form I-131. Now, what this document does, it tells the government that you have a green card, but you had other plans and that you need to spend time overseas, maybe for education, maybe it's a family emergency. Typically, it can preserve your green card for 2 years without needing to come back. Again, you apply for this re-entry permit on US soil. You have to do it while you're here. They'll call you for fingerprints, and then they'll send you this little green document. It looks like a little passport, which you'll be able to use when you re-enter. So re-entry permit will save your green card for 2 years, and you can extend it for another 2 years, about 4 years. People can safely be outside the United States as long as you have these re-entry permits. If you don't have a re-entry permit and you come to the United States after more than a year, what typically the CBP officers will do, if they're decent, they'll give you a warning. You've been outside the United States for a long time, we're giving you a warning, we're putting this in the computer, one more time, we're gonna take your green card away. And there's cases we've seen recently where a client came back and then has been away for about 1.5 years. The officer took him to secondary inspection, they took away his green card, they canceled it, and they scheduled a hearing before a judge. The person was paroled into the United States, and then he's going to have to appear for a hearing before a judge to explain why he should be able to keep his green card. You definitely want to avoid that. It's very difficult to go through this, and you're going to be stuck in the United States until your hearing, which may take even 6 months. Finally, if you lose your green card while you're overseas, you can apply for a document on Form I-131A, a special travel document. Carrier documentation is also known as that name. And with this temporary document, you should be able to apply to travel to the United States. The airlines recognize that, and you'll be able to enter the United States. You'll have to apply for this document at a US embassy overseas to be able to enter the United States with this temporary document in replacement of your green card. The longer you stay overseas as a green card holder, it will impact your chances to apply for citizenship when you finally come back to the United States. So if your citizenship is important for you, then make sure you count the time you spend abroad and meet the requirement for citizenship. Now, hopefully these tips were helpful for you. If you need help with your immigration matters, send me a text, 619-483-4549, or go to www.immigrationasap.com. Leave your details, and one of our team members will contact you ASAP. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.